What's shaking? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first, well, we ain't gonna call this the first episode. We're gonna call this the inaugural episode of the Big Hollo Show, or episode 0, put it like that. Just something we wanna do for fun, not taking it too serious. Just kind of want to put myself out there a little bit more, give people a better understanding of who I am and what I'm about. Of course, we're going to touch on business topics. Of course, we're going to touch on a little bit of tax and accounting, stuff like that. But more so, just from a social standpoint, more so from, like I said, having fun standpoint, we can talk about whatever we want to here. This is going to be my platform where I can kind of touch on whatever I want to touch on. Kind of want to lay some ground rules from the beginning so people know what to expect. First and foremost, there's going to be no gossip here. This is not a platform we're going to discuss any form of gossip, you know what I mean? Second off, ain't going to be no hating, no disrespecting, no negativity tolerated at all. You know, we are going to have guests. We are going to have people come on, whether they're going to be with me, whether they're going to hop on live with me, we will have guests. Number 3, you never know, right? That's going to be the thing for this. You never know. Meaning you never know when we going to drop. You never know how often we going to drop. You never know what we're going to be have going on any given show. But like I said, I just kind of want to do my own thing, have a little fun with it, don't do too much thinking. The business I'm involved in, as everybody knows, well, if you don't know, I said, my name is Hollo Full of Love. I'm the CEO and founder of Crane Financial. It's a very serious business, Crane Financial. We do accounting, and we do tax preparation, we do tax planning. We work with small businesses, and they outsource their accounting to us. So the Big Hollo Show and everything going on with the Big Hollo Show is going to be kind of a step aside from that, a little less serious, a little less buttoned up, and it's just going to be focused on having fun. What up, my boy Mike G? You know what I'm saying? We got to walk the we don't run. That's all we do. That's all we do. So I don't want to keep this too long either. The Big Hollo Show is going to be short and sweet. We don't want to take up too much time. This is not a podcast. Not a podcast at all. Don't expect me to sit for an hour and talk if ain't nobody dropping no bag off. Once the bag come in, then you'll get an hour of my time. Other than that, you know, we charge about an hour for our clients, so don't expect me to just take my free time just to be out there talking shit. In terms of topics, in terms of necessary routines, you know what I'm saying, we open to whatever. You know what I mean? If you want to touch on anything, just hit it in the comments. Where you can find the Big Hollo Show, for right now, it's going to be Instagram Live. You know, we're going to test out a few different platforms and see what makes the most sense, but right now, we're going to mess with Instagram Live. I like Instagram Live. I think we got a pretty cool setup here. One of the reasons why I moved into this apartment was because I felt like we could do a little bit of video recording and put some content together like we was doing for Crane Financial. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of the day. You know what I mean? For me, what I want to touch on in this episode, just give everybody a breakdown of what this is going to be. Kind of spoke on that. Talk about who I am and what I'm into, but the meat and potatoes of this episode is going to be, you know, make your own rules. You know what I mean? I want everybody to think on that. Make your own rules. Now, when I say make your own rules, it doesn't mean to, you know, disregard the rules of the road, disregard the rules of the land, disregard the natural laws, you know what I'm saying, for whatever higher power it is that you follow. But making your own rules to me means, you know, defining your own path. One of the things my mom used to tell me, and she still says it consistently to this day, it's not where you start, it's where you finish, right? So for me, how I look at that is I'm doing everything I'm doing, whether it be today, whether it was 5 years ago, whether it be 5 years from now, it's always going to be with the finish line in mind, right? The finish line in mind. And for me, my finish line is financial freedom and generational wealth, right? That's what my goal is. So with that being said, I made my own rules by starting Crane Financial. I made my own rules by deciding to go the entrepreneurship route as opposed to, you know, traditional corporate America. And I'm not one of those people that knock people for working in traditional corporate America or whatever industry you work in. I don't knock that at all. If you clock in 9 to 5, work for somebody else, or you work a second shift or third shift, you know, you got my salute. I 100% respect it, because me personally, while I was able to do it and at a high level, I was never able to navigate through corporate America in a way where I was going to be promoted and be celebrated within the company. I didn't fit that. You know, I like to make my own rules, right? So one of the biggest things for me with making my own rules, and I'm from East Chicago, everybody know that, and in East Chicago, I don't think we really got to see people be entrepreneurs. It was a few people, you know, Shout out Big Bro, Keanu Will. Shout out Mr. Rasper. Seeing that kind of, like I said, we didn't really see that though. As a shorty, you would really know real somebody I could look at and be like, okay, this is somebody that's defining their own path. This is somebody that, started a business and growing and building. So I kind of had to figure out, leaving high school and going into college, and even leaving college and going into the corporate America, like, how am I going to live a life that fits me, suits the things I like, Look how, the way I'm dressed now is how I prefer to dress at all times, you know what I mean? I didn't want to be buttoned up, suit and tie every day. I had to figure out how to get there. So, again, in making your own rules, I went back and I looked, and I said, all right, what tools do I have? I went to school, I got a degree in accounting, I knew how to do taxes. So literally, having a conversation with some friends one day, my senior year of college, they say, what you gonna do with an accounting degree? And I'm like, I'm gonna start my own accounting firm, right? And it was just a backhanded comment, at the time, but I went and built from that, right? What would that look like? What is that gonna afford me? What is it gonna take me to be able to do that? And every day we working towards finding those answers, figuring out how to scale this company, how to add more services, how to be a better service to our clients, which is dope. But outside of that, for the last 7 years of doing this, it gives me my own playground, right? Obviously, we work inside the realms of what our clients' needs are, and obviously we work inside the realms of regulations that the IRS and the United States government and all the separate state governments put in place. But largely, Crane Financial is a place where, me and the people that work with us, who are my friends at this point, and beforehand, people that I trust, we've been able to build opportunity from and help people and have our own environment, right? And to me, that was really important. That was me making my own rules. How can I build a place where people who I know are qualified, people who I know are caring, people who I know have integrity, can come, do work, and feel important in their community, right? Feel important amongst people they're working with and not just be a number. Same for my clients, That was always a big thing for me. Outside of that, it was like, okay, how can I put in place somewhere where I can make the money I want to make, right? Now, I don't want to get into what we do revenue-wise. I don't want to get into stuff like that. Pocket checking, because pocket checking is terrible, by the way. By the way, there will be no pocket checking on the Big Hollo show. Just want to throw that out there. So, from there, it was okay, how can we build something that's sustainable? How can we build solid streams of revenue? The first being was, tax preparation. Tax preparation was super fruitful for us from day one. Very low overhead, but very high reward, but it's quick. It's very stressful, short period of time. You got to maximize everything you can do. Cool. First 3 or 4 years, tax preparation was like our main thing, our main focus, and we did it well. And we've grown well, and I'm happy to introduce you guys to some of our new team members in the next couple of days. But moving on from that, it was like, okay, how can we build something that's sustainable throughout the year so we're not just busy in this period of time that's tax season? Cool. Tax planning, accounting solutions, being an outsourced accountant for small businesses, being an outsourced accountant for nonprofits, tax planning, boom. Working with these entrepreneurs who own these businesses and helping them navigate their tax liability from a month-to-month standpoint. Cool. So now we built the company, we built the firm. Like I said, building that environment, we making our own rules. The next thing is figuring out where I want to work and what environment I want to work in. I think at first we was trapping out my parents' crib, which was dope, super dope. It was dope to see people from the community and from neighboring communities, whether it be Gary, Hammond, Maryville, Schererville, Griffith, come to my parents' house in the harbor, walk up the stairs and get their taxes done, and trust me, right? That was like a super dope feeling. And it was like super fruitful. So it was like, okay, once you got to that point though, I now have an obligation to these people to put them in a better situation, in a better environment. And the first move I made after I moved to Cali was we opened up an office. I took the Nipsey Hussle route. Like, I wanted to be in my hood. I wanted the people in my hood to see what we got going on and kind of display that, because you never know. Like I said, one of my OGs, Mr. Rasper, seeing him run his cell phone business in our neighborhood, that meant a lot to me, and it kind of gave me this idea, like, okay, I can do something in the neighborhood too. Then like a Nipsey Hussle as well. So I went to my OG, decided to see if he had any office space. He offered me some office space, and it was a Crane Financial in East Chicago, right? Super dope. People came through. We got some undesirable clients. We got a lot of love from a lot of good people that came through, and it was a serious look that people could take us more serious, right, and give us some credibility. Dope. Next up was the pandemic came and primarily 75% of our business is already online. So making that decision of, again, making my own rules. I don't need this physical space. It's not really as profitable as I thought it would be. It's not as big advantage as we thought it would be for our clients. Let's work strictly remote. You know what I mean? If we need to. So right now we work strictly remote. 100% everything we do is remote. Everything we do is all the way Zoom, Google Meet is what we prefer to use. But then with technology and the way things set up now, we can always hop in the WeWork space and meet with a client. Just this past Friday, I met with 3 of my entrepreneur clients, and we was in the WeWork. It was dope. You know what I mean? So again, the topic today is making your own rules. Through making my own rules, man, and looking at it that way, like my mom said, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. I'm able to build something for me and for my family that's, could feed us for years to come. And 100%, you know what I mean, something I want to continue to do. Now, kind of taking a step and taking a lead back and saying, okay, what other things I want to do? What other tools do I have? Going back to that same mindset from the beginning with Crane Financial, what tools do I have and how can I make them work for me and benefit me, right? Outside of accounting and finance, I felt like I knew a lot of people, right? I know a lot of people. Let's try our hand at throwing an event. We did the soiree. It worked out super dope, super well. Shout out to everybody that came through. And I don't really want to, keep talking about me like that, but my message to everybody is, again, make your own rules. This does not mean break the law. This does not mean harm anybody, but figure out what it is you want, right? Dream as big as you possibly can. Write that shit down. Write it down. Mark it. Like, hey, this is what I want. And work backwards from there, right? That's been the most fruitful way of me being able to build anything, me being able to, like I said, I have ideas, write them down. I usually have my little notebook with me with all my ideas written down. That's been the most fruitful way for me to do anything, straight up. And I love it, you know what I mean? It works for me. I don't know if anybody else has different methods. I'm definitely open to it. Please let me know, you know what I mean, in the comments. But make your own rules. That's going to be the lesson for today. Make your own rules, you know what I mean? That way you can be the master of your fate. That way you can be the one that makes the decisions on how you spend your time. That way you can be the one that makes the decisions on where your money goes and how your money flows. You know what I mean? By making your own rules. And again, we're not telling anybody to do no crime. We're not trying to encourage anybody to harm anybody or do anything backwards. But we do want to encourage people to think for themselves. We do want to encourage people to be leaders and not followers. And we do want to encourage people to always keep in mind it's not where you start, it's where you finish. You can start today, go from today, and whether you 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever you do moving on from today, as long as you, focus, understand it's a marathon, not a sprint, you can go as far as you want to go, man, 100%. So, that's really all I got to say, you feel me? It's the Big Hollo Show. I'm interested to see with anybody. Okay, hold on. Liz said, I thought the Big Hollo Show was gonna be a comedy show. It will be a comedy show. I'm gonna have some jokes here and there. I don't do I'm not funny like joke, knock, knock, who's there joke. You know what I'm saying? I'm funny like I'm quick, right? So let's say you say something, I can apply that to something else and then it'll be something that might make you laugh. I'm not stand-up comedy funny. I'm not scripted comedy funny. I'm just quick, like improv. You feel me? And I don't even think I'm that funny. You know what I'm saying? 100% of the time, people usually just think I'm mean. You know what I mean? I got a different sense of humor. I be a little sharp, like I said, because I'm quick with it. But it ain't so much comedy. But, we can break down some comedy. I can definitely clown your crippled ass if you need me to, Liz. You know what I'm saying? If you want to laugh, we here all day. You know what I'm saying? You tell me a joke. Don't trip too hard. Sit here. Camille, you right. I'm situationally funny. I'm not ha, knock, knock, joke, funny at all. I ain't got that in me. Yeah, what y'all got shaking? Teach yourself funny as fuck. Hollo, unhinged. I'm not unhinged. Yeah, crippled as fuck. You definitely crippled. The thing is, y'all, I really didn't put too much thought in doing this. So I'm really kind of struggling trying to read what y'all saying, you feel me? As opposed to me having it all laid out, I can see what y'all putting while I'm doing. This really was just something I was doing on top of the head just to have some fun. You know what I mean? But I appreciate y'all thinking I'm funny. You know what I mean? I didn't win Class Clown. That was Tyrell Watson that won that. Actually, you know what? Something else we gonna do on the Big Hollo Show is story time with Hollis. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back to May 2010. You know what I'm saying? The Academy Awards. If you're from East Chicago, you know every year we have an Academy Award. So preluding to the actual awards happening, it's the nomination process. Everybody in the gym, they give us a list of awards, you know what I'm saying? I think it might have been maybe 20 awards that was available to be given out amongst people in the senior class, right? Now, these awards include things like, most intelligent, most likely to succeed, best dressed, best friends, you know what I'm saying? Best smile, Mr. Gossip, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Mrs. Gossip, best dancer, best athlete, these type of awards, right? So everybody sitting there, this might have been like a Friday, we come back to school the next Monday, and they got a list up of who nominated for what. So, I know, there was some things I should have been nominated for, but I wasn't going in with too big of expectations because, we got a big school. So, boom. Go to school that Monday, look up on the board. Hollo's Full of Love is nominated for I think 12 or 14 awards, you know what I'm saying? And which was the most, me and Marsha Carter, shout out my girl Marsha, we had the most nominations in our class. Super dope, I'm excited back, you know what I'm saying? Now, I've lived a privileged childhood, I've always been a winner. I had a lot of trophies at home anyway, you know what I'm saying? We got trophies. Shout out Ty, my boy Ty Pat, you know what I'm saying? You're a part of this story too. We got trophies from AAU, we got trophies from baseball, we got trophies from dominating the family reunion, shout out my pops. We got trophies from football, I got a lot of trophies, so I'm like, man, whatever I win, that's cool. I ain't really tripping on this shit, but it'd be dope to get a dub, you know what I'm saying? So boom. I'm nominated for shit like most intelligent, prettiest smile, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my mama for the braces. Prettiest smile. I think I had most dependable. I didn't get best dressed, which I think was ridiculous. Also most popular, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I had a solid, like I said, 12, something like that, 12, 13, 14 nominations. I can't really remember. But I'm thinking I'm going to have a good night, you know what I'm saying? Again, in my head, I'm a winner, you know what I mean? So I'm showing up to this award ceremony. We fresh. Everybody did school, went to go get their new fit for the awards. We showing up. I'm thinking I'm about to take home, you know what I'm saying, a handful of trophies, snap me up, I'm Academy Award winner, you feel me? So it was a long night. I'm going to be honest with you. It was a long fucking night for me, and it was tough. I sat there that whole 2 hours and watched them call my name for the nomination. Look back in the crowd, my parents there, you know what I'm saying? I had a couple of chicks I was dating at the time, and I'm thinking, hey, this is going to be dope. Hell no. I literally lost every award up until the last one. The last award was an award I didn't even really want to be nominated for. It was a couple that should have been with me and the young lady I was dating at the time. And we won. You know what I'm saying? We won. That was cool. I did do something for the crowd. Kiss the young lady on stage. That was dope. I think I got my player points up when I was a little young G back in the day. But it was some bullshit. I really think that was some bullshit. And I actually think, you know what I'm saying, we didn't get a chance to have our 10-year class reunion because of COVID, unfortunately. But when we do have our class reunion, I would like for us to revisit these things. I have, you know what I'm saying, some things I want to talk about. How did I not win most likely to succeed? How did I not win most intelligent? How did I not win most dependable? People literally give me their lives and I do their taxes. How am I not the most dependable? You know what I'm saying? I think that was bullshit. But with that being said, man, I appreciate everybody joining. You know what I'm saying? This was the first of many Big Hollo shows. I cannot tell you when the next one coming. I cannot tell you how often it should be, but I will tell you this. You never know with Big Hollo. Appreciate y'all for coming out, man. I'm out of here.